Hi, I'm Smith and I'm with you today. They wants to tell you the story of one of the most criminal cases of the recent years. The story of this case is very complicated and strange. Although it is now approaching the last station, but there are still many questions in this case. In recent years, social network had opened up among the Iranian people picture of the prescription of a very kind-hearted doctor were circulated among the people. But it was not just the doctor's good handwriting that was interesting. In one version, Dr. Ali Reza Solhi asks his patient to listen to the voice of the traditional Iranian singers for treatment. Or in another version, he tells the pharmacist that the patient is poor and illiterate and pays for his own medicine. This prescription soon made this Tabrizi doctor famous in the country. On September 20, 2016, the news spread quickly on social media. Dr. Solhi's family was taken to hospital due to food poisoning. But the doctor's wife and grandmother died due to severe poisoning. It is rumored that an unknown person gave some food to the doctor and took it to his mother's house. Ali Reza's wife's family were the ones who ate this food, but the doctor himself did not eat it. With the publication of this news in the media, this kind doctor met with sympathy of the people. A few days passed and the public was shocked by this news. But a few days later, another news was published that was much more surprising than the issue of the death of the victims. Public opinion reveals that Ali Reza has been arrested for participating in the murder of his wife and grandmother. It was not easy to believe because no one believed that Dr. Solhi could not eat with that kind morality. After the death of the doctor's wife and grandmother, the bodies were taken to forensic medicine. Forensic experts said the victims died from rice pills. Ali Reza stated that he took the food from an unknown person and that the food were poisoned was completely unaware. Police investigations showed that the doctor's statements were also very contradictory and could not be true at all. Following this issue, Ali Reza was transferred to the intelligence office for the further investigation. And during interrogations, not only did the doctor fail to prove that he had taken the food from an unknown person, but he also made contradictory and erroneous statements. This led detectives to believe that there were no strangers in the incident. During subsequent interrogations, Dr. Ali Reza finally admitted that he had not received food from anyone else. He buys food for his family from a restaurant. Following these confessions, police saw a picture of the doctor in the CCTV camera of the restaurant. Surveillance cameras showed that nothing strange or unfortunate had happened inside the restaurant, and that many people had bought food from there, that there was no poison inside the restaurant, and that the food had probably been poisoned later by the doctor. Although he has no specific to prove he's innocent, he only denies it, saying he was completely unaware of the food poisoning. Following these discoveries, Ali Reza's wife's parents, as the parents of one of the victims, and his uncle as his grandmother's child, sued him and demanded his execution. But the big question that arose was why Ali Reza should have killed his wife or even the rest of his family. The doctor's friends all said that he was very calm man and they had seen nothing but politeness and respect from the man. But Ali Reza's wife's father-in-law made another claim sometime later and said Ali Reza and his wife met through a friend of their daughter. But a few months before the incident, Ali Reza had secret relationship with that woman, and his behavior has changed completely. Since this lady had immigrated to Turkey, Ali Reza once spent some time in Turkey with him under the pretext of going to Ankara. But if the doctor had dispute with his wife, why should he kill his family members? The doctor's father-in-law claimed that Ali Reza happened to be paying attention to everything and added less poison to the food of the other members of the family, and did not pay attention only to their grandmother's age. Ali Reza's lawyers tried hard to disprove this claim in court. They said that the sharp difference between the doctor and his wife was not true and that they did not have much difference between them. The doctor even mentioned that his wife was taking diet pills and probably died because of those pills. But one of the lawyer's reasons could convince the court that this famous Tabrizi doctor was innocent. The doctor did not have a convincing explanation for how the rice pills came out of the food he had bought. Finally, the first trial ended on the last day of September 2016 and the sentencing. The court sentenced Dr. Solhi to 2 counts of the premeditated murder. However, the defendant's lawyers then appealed against the court ruling, and the case was re-examined. And finally, the defense voted, and Ali Reza was able to get his uncle's consent by paying and save himself from being executed for one of the murders. The second session of the court was held, but in the end, the same court ruled in the favor of the execution of the accused. And finally, the death sentence of Ali Reza Solhi for the murder of his wife was finalized. Well, my friend, this is a complicated and strange case. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and bye bye.